In the throes of passion, I think what I'm going to have to do is add a shed in there. The question isn't how explicit should this be? It's what does this moment reveal about the characters?
It's the Screenplay to Novel podcast with Mark Reynolds and Tom Swain.
That's our AI lady.
Yeah, she's nice.
She isn't, is she?
I don't know. Probably not.
Well, she's not real.
No.
So, yeah, she's nice.
Oh!
Huh? Think about it. Okay. Welcome to the Screenplay to Novel podcast where we blather on about nothing. And it's where we discuss converting a screenplay into a book, not trying to figure out if robot people. Okay, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that. Text us at 202-670-8497 or email us at s2n@usa.com.
And you can tell us how much we're blathering about nothing.
Of course you can. And tell us what you're up to, what you're doing, what you're writing. Yeah. So this time around, we're going to be talking about the difference between sex scenes in a screenplay versus a novel.
Yeah.
So in a screenplay, you write the sex scene very quickly.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Here's an example from my screenplay called Radio Chaos, which is about a gung-ho teen in 1981 who recruits college-age rebels to hijack a sleazy owner's small-town radio station and use it as an audition to land a job at the #1 rock station in the city.
It's good.
So, two of the main characters are Brian Parker and Heather Godwin, and they are girlfriend and boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the screenplay. So it's exterior, Heather's house, day later. Modest one-level home, small front yard, a 1972 Dodge half-ton pickup truck parked in front on the street.
Okay.
Interior, Heather's house, Heather's bedroom, day, continuous.
Right.
In the throes of passion, in a twin bed, Heather flops over off of Brian onto her back beside him. Heather pulls a sheet up over their naked bodies. They're both flushed and frowsy, breathing heavy. So then there's dialogue between the two characters.
Yeah.
And that's the screenplay version.
It.
Yeah. But in novel prose,
You got to go on.
it has to be extended like everything else. Good night, everybody. I don't have it. Okay.
Hi-yo.
Damn. Anyway, you have to keep going with that, right?
Right.
And I think what I'm going to have to do is add a shed in there because that's where I did a lot of my business back then.
Oh.
In and around
the
sheds.
shed.
But you don't want it to be sappy
No.
or sound like a romance novel,
No,
which
this
I
is-
guess if you boil it all down, isn't romance just sappy
I
by
guess.
default, right? You don't want that.
Yeah.
Not in this type of story. In a screenplay, intimacy is implied. You get in,
Uh-huh.
you get out, and the
So to
camera
say.
and
So
the
to speak.
camera does the rest.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to think about that when you've written these scenes before in a screenplay. You're not going to keep going and going and going.
Well,
Yeah, you should.
some screenplays maybe.
So in a novel, the reader is the camera, which means you
Right.
have to decide how close you let them get.
Mm.
The question isn't how explicit should this be? It's what does this moment reveal about the characters?
Right.
So you really have to really think about it, okay? What sex scenes are really doing. They're not
Uh-huh.
about mechanics. They're about connection,
Oh.
power,
Uh-huh.
awkwardness,
Awkward.
right?
Sure.
Weakness,
Uh-huh.
or emotion. So a good sex scene advances character or relationship, or it doesn't belong.
Right.
So don't just do a gratuitous sex scene to have it in there.
For nothing.
If the scene reads the same without it, then that's a red flag. So you need to really think about what you're writing. If it doesn't change the relationship, it doesn't need to be there.
Right.
And I think in my screenplay, it changes. It builds on their
They're
relationship.
closer for the act.
Right. And here's the problem I'm having with that particular screenplay, converting it into novel prose,
Yeah.
is that I want to add another sex scene. So it's really going to be hard to do, so to speak.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. I really wish
You
I
don't
had
have
that stupid. Why don't I have that
drum
on there?
roll?
That's stupid.
Oh, well.
Anyway, here's what you'd probably struggle with writing a sex scene.
Yeah.
Too vague, and it feels like a fade to black cheat,
Mm.
right? Too detailed, and it feels forced,
Yeah.
cringy,
Yes.
yeah, or unintentionally funny.
Right.
And you don't want it to be
No.
funny. I mean, it depends, but still. The sweet spot is suggestive
Mm-hmm.
and selective detail.
Yeah.
So you just don't go full force.
right.
And you have to filter it through the character's perspective
God.
and the novel.
What I'm thinking about the movie Showgirls. What the hell does that screenplay look like?
Yeah, but think about turning that into a
That
novel.
Into a novel? No
Yeesh.
thanks.
Tone matters more than detail.
Oh.
Comedy,
Yeah.
tenderness, insecurity, urgency.
Uh.
Tone does the heavy lifting,
Mhm.
right? You don't need romance novel language to make a moment intimate.
Yeah. Especially in a comedy, in a young adult comedy.
Right. I mean, a lot of people will take the fact that it's a coming of age story
Mm-hmm.
and go way too far with it.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to do that. So plain language usually works better than flowery language in a sex scene. So here's a simple rule of thumb. Write the scene for emotion, then cut anything that feels performative,
Yeah.
because you don't want to get into the actual act. You
Then
really
you're-
don't.
Then you're something else.
Then you're a romance novel,
Yeah.
right?
That's what they call them.
So less description, more meaning.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do, I would imagine. I mean, I've not written,
Yeah.
the closest I've written a sex scene is what you just heard in a screenplay. That's it.
Yeah.
But plain language usually works a lot better
Right.
when you're doing this. But you need to let the reader connect the dots.
Yes. Your reader is not a moron. You can't
No.
treat them like morons.
You know what I've
Some
learned?
writers do.
But you need to trust the reader.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes when I'm going through this other book, this one, Hit Escape,
Yes.
that's already published. Grr. You know what I'm finding?
What?
That some of the things that are flagged by me,
Yes.
that I'm like, oh, why did I do that? After 50 republishings,
Uh-huh.
it's like, you just got to trust the reader.
Yeah, the reader's not gonna they're skimming for the meat of the story.
Right.
They're not really that detailed.
Where they're going to stop the reader is where the plot is broken
Right.
or the point of view is just off track or drifts.
Right.
So-
that they're not knowing what's going on.
And that is not the case in this fantastic novel
Yeah.
called Hit Escape. It's available on Amazon.
Did you mention that?
I just did.
All right.
Now listen to this. Screenplays imply intimacy. Novels interpret it.
Ooh.
And the goal isn't to be graphic. It's to
No.
be honest.
Right.
Sex scenes aren't about what happened. They're about what it meant.
Uh-huh.
Every screenplay will have its moment. The trick is knowing which one deserves this moment. So be careful when you're writing these sex scenes
Yeah.
because you definitely don't want to get too graphic.
No, you don't want to.
I mean, this isn't some pornographic novel
Right.
or some really flowery romance novel.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta hone it back, but you have to write it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm like an idiot. The one I already have in the screenplay, I got to write that, and then I'm wanting to add another one.
Yeah. Because you took it out of the screenplay because the screenplay was going on too long.
Yeah, that screenplay went on really too long.
Now,
So anyway,
now it's perfect because you got to add it back in.
yes, no, it's not okay. Yeah, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But still, you really got to be careful not to be too explicit.
Just
when
think
you're
about
writing
it.
Think about it.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Hey.
All right.
Text us at 202-670-8497 or email us s2n@usa.com. And next time I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Something in the works.
Something in the works.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.